Hi, and welcome to another product demonstration from the Vision Australia Vision Store. And in this one today, I'm going to show you, and yet again I'm going to use the word favourite, one of my favourite all-time talking clocks. And I used to have an old one of these back in probably the mid-90s, but this one's a little bit cooler. So what I'm talking about is the Talking UFO clock, as in unidentified flying object. And this one's currently a silver color. You can also get it in blue. The product number for the silver one is ES, as in E for elephant, S for snake, 5021, and the blue one is 5020. So let me do a physical description of the UFO talking clock first, and then I'll show you what it all sounds like and how you can set the time and the alarm, and also choose what different type of alarm sound you want and that sort of stuff. All right, so here is the UFO talking clock. The big dome on top, of course, which is the top of the UFO, is in this case all silver, and then the rim, which in my mind will spin around and create gravity for the beings inside of the dome, is all white. Now hopefully when I stand it on an edge like this, you can see that there's a silver trim around the outside of the rim, which is actually really cool. And then if I tip it upside down and position it that way, and I'm trying to avoid pressing the dome in because that'll make it talk. Here we have at the top here, we've got a little slide switch. Now in the current position to the right, that's low volume, and if I switch to the left, which I'll show you a bit later on, that's high volume. Below that we have an LCD screen, and then below the LCD screen we have three buttons going from left to right. We've got the mode button to switch between time, alarm, etc., and then the two buttons in particular to switch between hours and minutes that you keep pressing to change the time. And the far right hand button here by itself, when it's basically in, if you like, in standby mode, allows you to change the alarms. Then on the left hand side, so to the left of the LCD screen, we've got a nice speaker grill, and then below that we've got a case covering the actual batteries. So to take the battery cover off, you stick your thumb on this little latch here, pull it up, and put in two AAA batteries. And of course when you do that, the clock sets to 12 AM, and then you've got to set it up, of course. All right, so the final thing I just wanted to point out is its current orientation, where I've got the speaker and the LCD at the top and the battery compartment down the bottom. On the two left and right sides closest to me, I've got two rubber feet, and the one at the top, which is probably, let's say at the 12 o'clock location of the clock face, is another rubber foot, of course, to stop it sliding on a bench top, etc. So let me turn it over. And I'm actually going to press in the dome. Now my son loves to just use his whole hand and do this.
1:06 p.m.
to read the time. So while we're doing that, let me just come back to this underneath and flick that side switch to the left. And then I turn it over, and here is going to be the maximum volume. So I'm going to press it again.
1:07 p.m.
Okay, and that's the maximum volume. So I might leave it in that volume while we're doing this demo. All right, so that's about exciting as pressing the time is. The whole dome is basically a button, so you can just press it.
1:07 p.m.
And I'll keep talking to you. This clock, you can also set it up to do an hourly alarm function, as in not an alarm, but just a notification, you know, it's 2 p.m, 3 p.m, and so on. It'll give that little cheerful little tone when it does it. Now that's a bit difficult to set up if you don't have vision, so you might want to get somebody with a bit of useful sight to set the clock to that hourly announcement mode. I can do it, but it's a bit hit and miss. All right, so let's set up some alarms and so on, and I'll also show you what the alarm sounds like. So I'm going to press the left hand button. So I've got it upside down at the moment, the LCD screen with the three buttons below it. Far left button, if I just press it once, it'll go into time. Okay, and now I'm going to use the second button to fix up the hours.
2 p.m.
So that's 2 p.m. Now,
3 p.m.
hear how piercing that sound is?
4 p.m.
That's why I wanted to leave it on the louder volume. So I'm going to press that slight switch to the right. Now I'm going to press the second switch again.
5 p.m.
That's a little bit more bearable.
6 p.m.
So I'm going to cycle back around.
2 a.m. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m.
So if you've got people with sensitive hearing, you might want to do this somewhere else when we're setting it up. So the minutes.
9, 10.
Okay, I'm not going to worry about cycling around again. We'll just leave that. I'm going to do alarm. And now this again.
1 a.m.
I'm doing the second button.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m.
6 a.m. and let me do minutes.
02, 08, 12, 13, 15.
That's it. Press it again. Now, if I press this middle button once, I just press that mode button one more time. Now, I think the double beep is to do the early announcements. Press the mode button again, and I'm back to the beginning. All right. So if I just turn it over.
1:10 p.m.
Okay, that's the current time. And so I didn't say turn it over. I mean press the back of it while it's upside down here at the moment. All right, let's say I wanted to just verify what my alarm was before we hear what the alarm sounds like. So I'm going to press the mode button, far left-hand side. 1, 2, that's the alarm setting. I'm going to press the doom.
6:15 a.m.
And that tells me the current time for the alarm. Okay, mode button once, and again, and then I'm back. So if I now press the far right-hand button, these are what all the alarms sound like. So that's one of them. Next one. And I'm just pressing the far right hand button to do this. Next one. And next one. And that's my favourite, so I'm going to leave it on that for the moment. So there we go. That is the talking UFO clock. So if I just turn it around, put it back down the table, that's our little UFO clock. And look, it's just a nice little neat talking clock. The fact it's a UFO, if you happen to be a science fiction-y type person like I am, it actually talks quite loudly if you do need that volume. But like I said, particularly when setting up the alarm and the time, if that high pitch frequency tone is too high, then turn it down. And or if they just need the loud talking time, just when you're setting it up, do it somewhere else so it's not irritating somebody. My son loves the actual time and the little cheerful tone, but he hates it when I'm setting it up. He's just got a very sensitive hearing. So there you go. If you'd like more information or to purchase the UFO talking clock from Vision Australia, either in silver or blue, please contact us on the main Vision Australia number, which is 1300 847 466. That number again, 1300 847 466. You can email Vision Australia Vision Store at visionstore@visionaustralia.org. And of course, you can also buy the UFO talking clock online, which is shop.visionaustralia.org. And as I like to say in all my other demos, thanks for your attention and bye for now.